Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Totem Tribe Gold. In the last episode, we went ahead and completed up Liana Island. Oh, that's not going to be fun. In this episode, we're going to continue the main story by going to Seagull Island. Chapter 5, Seagulls and Crows. We've seen a strange sign today. The sinister shade observes us and caused hostile creatures to attack us. What kind of sign this could be? That is a weirdly worded sentence. The tear of heaven has become cold when I think of it. That shade creature disappeared in the direction of our neighbor, Seagull Island. I guess we have to follow it. Here's an ad for something I already talked about. Yeah, no, this is going to become common throughout this Let's Play, so just get used to it. So this is Seagull Island. We have to look around and learn more about it. First, we should try to find signs of this mystical shady creature. This is another island where combat's not important. At least, not in the way you think of. See, there's no direct conflict with enemies that are actually going to harm you. But we'll get more into it later. For now, I have a story about this island. Because I remember, or if you remember, I mentioned that I want to talk about childhood memories from this game, and I really haven't brought up any up until this point. But Seagull Island is the first one I really remember having big memories about. So this island here is interesting because it's had a well, actually no, I'm going to bring up this. I'm going to bring up the other story first. Because the story makes more sense leading into the second topic. This island has, when I first started playing it as a kid, had me stumped. I don't need to do that. I would explore this island, and we're going to come across an objective here soon, and the objective requires you to find a hidden object. I, for the life of me, could not find this hidden object as a kid, and because of that, I would just be stuck on this island. You know, I'd be like, what do I do? And also, you know, kids are fucking stupid. You know, I think to some extent I was just stupid. So, you know, this island stumped me for no reason other than it was a hidden object. And we're gonna go explore this way first. Fuck. I already forgot about this island. What a crowd of crows, isn't it? Actually, I thought we were on Seagull Island, not Crow's Island. Something is wrong here. I'm sure it's connected somehow with the shade we encountered. So we're gonna go take a little walk into the forest here, and I'm just gonna start collecting items as we come across them. Also, if you click on that tree, you get a gem power. Yeah, I mean, okay. So I'm sure one of these many signs, say here. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Oh my god, that makes so much sense. Okay, so these guide stones tell you where to find all the gems of power. So, you know, just go with that one. Green, dirt and goo and swamp. Orange, the realm of monkeys, which we'd already found. Okay. You see what some time ago was a village. Most of the buildings are completely swallowed by forest except one. If you find the missing parts, you can destroy it. Alright, so we'll get to that in a second. Over here, going back here, orange, the realm of monkeys. We've already been to Liana Island. That gem of power was orange, if you remember. So, this is clearly telling you exactly all the gems of power you need to find. White, wings of the bird. That would be this island. Red, stones and rocks. Rock and stone, if you know what I mean. Yellow, eternal desert sands. Blue, soothing waves, or soothing waters of the oasis. Violet, purple, or fuck. Violet, ruins of deserted city. So those will be your key hints to find to finding the gems of power. Now, as you can see here, we've come across this building. Cutwood Village no longer exists here. This building has been abandoned for a long time and is barely functional because some important parts are missing. Find 5 parts to find it. These are the gears. Machinery parts. There are 5 parts needed to fix the workshop. I could not find this for the fucking life of me when I was a kid. And so, again, I was getting gatekept from enjoying the rest of the game most of the time. I'll say this, most of the time, by this structure here. And so, you know, I would just spend exceedingly long times on this island getting absolutely no progress done. Just because I couldn't find some fucking gears. Which, again, I say, you know, kids are fucking stupid, you know, and that's on them. But, going into that, that's created such a vivid memory for me that when I played this island for the first time on the gold version, I'm like, huh, this island looks different. And that's because it is. This island has been redesigned for this version of the game. I don't necessarily know why. I think the original was just serviceably fine as is, to be honest. But, to give an idea of the layout of this map, the island is going to kind of curve kind of like this, like a really fat fucking C. In the original, the island was a lot more elongated, and there's going to be a prominent landmark up in this top right section. In the original, it's in the top left, because I was really weirded out when I came across, we'll see here in a second, just give a moment, the Hermit. Greetings, my dear friend. These days I need your... These days I need your help. I used to live a simple life here on the island, feeding seagulls and watching the sunset, but recently a flock of crows appeared here. They scared away the seagulls and even stole my magic pebbles that play cheerful tunes to me whenever I'm sad. Please hunt down these crows and return the pebbles to me. I was a skillful archer in my youth, so I will teach you this craft and will be able to train archers to hunt those nasty birds. But you'll need a workshop to create high-quality bows and arrows. Have you seen this abandoned workshop in the forest? A long time ago, there was a woodcutter's village, but its inhabitants have abandoned it. I think you could still use it. Please take this machinery part. You'll need it to fix the workshop. And with that, he gives us the 5th machinery part we need. Reading these guidestones. Okay, yep. Report for later. Okay, yep, sure. Whisper Forests. But yeah, normally the Hermit on this side of the island, he's normally in the top left. And so that's why I was really weirded out. I'm like, no, there's a definite difference here. I know for a fact I wasn't fucking out of my mind, and it turns out, no, I wasn't. The islands are redesigned for the gold version of this game. And so, because of that, I went to go check videos on the on the original version, which, interestingly enough, are a lot more hard to find these days than the gold version somehow. But thanks to a channel called Tim Riley, who has played and recorded entire videos of both the original and gold versions of this game, I'm easily able to compare the differences between the two, and because of that, I'm able to document and just more easily compare the differences between the two games and share for all of you to know, because like I think it's worth mentioning, because it's stuff like this that brings back memories, creates new ones, and is worth sharing, because it's interesting on a game development level. Because like for the most part, I don't think there was real reason to change this island. For the most part, you would just have to add like a little extra sand just for like this little stuff here, and for like these chests here if they weren't in the original. And speaking of chests, you know, we gotta bring 12 acorns and 12 walnuts. That's what we've been collecting this entire time. So, in this chest, we get a red gem. It's not like other gems because it is the Heart of Bowl. I really think it should have been Heart of the Bowl. A mystic stone that blesses its owners with the strongest health. With this stone, any wounds of our peoples will be cured by themselves over time. I don't think that's what it does. I think the game's kind of lying to you a little bit there. Because what I think it actually does is that I think it increases units' health by a certain amount. I think by like maybe 10 or so %. But we can check that afterwards. For now, we gotta collect some walnuts. We'll give the workshop its machinery parts, because now that'll work. We can build an archery range and start training archers. For that, we actually have to build a barracks. Oops. Okay, I totally didn't forget about that. So yeah, workshops and barracks are going to be very important for a lot of structures later on, and I completely forgot about how barracks are important for archers. Yeah. So now I'm just gonna comb my way through the forest. Try and find any walnuts that I've missed. Like right there. And right here. And now it's the dreaded, where the hell's the last one moment. Because that's going to happen a lot this game. I should almost do a tracker, but I'm not going to spend the time doing that. That's, for something so silly. So, on the map, since while I'm looking for this walnut, you can see that the map is absolutely lit up with red. So there is fighting, but these crows do not attack back. They're completely passive, for all things considered. I mean, effectively, we're just hunting for sport, or population controlled. I mean, depends on which way you want to take it. But there is no like enemies fighting us. This is a purely passive island for the most part, or for, you know, all things considered. There it is. It's right there. In this chest, we get an ancient coin. Shiny metal disc, an ancient coin. This will take its place in our collection. So as you can see here, the archers are already going at it. Every time, or every once in a while, when we shoot down a crow, we're going to get some pebbles. We need 12 of them to give to the hermit, who will give us something nice in return. Really, there's not much to say right now, so I might just cut here if nothing else happens, or if there isn't anything to say. Oh, I almost completely forgot. The workshop actually is an important building, because as I said, it allows us to build archery ranges and other stuff. However, it does actually provide its own utility. You can upgrade archers and hunters' armor and weapons, which does increase their damage. Ranged units are pretty strong in this game. They're not, I wouldn't say they're the strongest in my opinion, but they do get pretty strong, and for an early game unit, I would say they're pretty damn good. Workshop is definitely going to be a quintessential of your settlements when you further on, because it leads into so many buildings, it's not even funny. Because, you know, we'll have as you see here, we have an archery range which requires 2 buildings, but then allows further other ones. So you'll have chains of buildings you need to build in order to get later and better ones. So it'll be a cascading effect of things you need to build, which is why I say like buildings and space as like a big important part of your quote-unquote economy. Because like, say if I wanted to build a, I don't know, like, hypothetically, let's just say there's something just as big as the archery range, and I need to build a bunch of buildings. Well, say like I filled them all up with, filled all the necessary buildings up here to research, or to build the next building, but I placed this archery range here. I can't build it, kaput. No room. So, it's important that, you space stuff properly enough so that way you can build all the necessary buildings you need. But again, this is early game. That's not really a problem until later on. He said 12, right? Oh shit. I missed the stone. I knew that was gonna happen. Question is, where the fuck is the other stone? So an important thing to note when it comes to items that you can pick up, whenever they're on the ground, they'll pulsate. However, yeah, so like right here, you see it's very, very softly pulsating, but it's noticeable enough, and it's done so that way it helps with visibility and being able to find items, which is really nice. And I'm not sure if that was in the original, but it's really welcome here, because in a lot of cases, like when stuff falls in a really weird place, or it's just a really hidden object, it can be really hard to find it. Thank you, my dear friend. You did a great deed today. With your help, my seagulls will be able to inhabit this island in prosperity, and my soul will be fulfilled with the wonderful melodies of magic pebbles. I would like to give you this totem of seagull as a reward. I hope it'll help you to fly over the struggles in your life. So now I have 3rd totem. That's translation error. So now I have the 3rd totem. Half of my task is fulfilled. It was not very hard, but I feel uneasy. The hordes of cruel monsters on Monkey Island, and now this invasion of crows. It was all caused by the mysterious shade. We have faced a powerful force that is scheming against us. I feel like the hardest part is yet to come. Lovely. Alright, so checking your treasury real quick. The new item we got. Oh no, they do recover HP. Never mind. Okay, call me a fucking dumbass. Anyways, next place is Red Rock Island. Chapter 6, The Village. This island looks so calm and peaceful, and my people of the Hawk Tribe are exhausted. It is a good idea to build a big village here to settle down for a bit and regain our strength. With the 3 totems, my Tear of Heaven does not pulse, but has a small steady glow inside. Now it is silent. I will consider this as an agreement to my decision. Here's an ad for the this is the 3rd one in a fucking row. Are you kidding me? Okay, no, that's upsetting. Yes, these plains look like an excellent place for a big village. Build 10 huts for our people. Aruku. Lass, like, God bless you, but like, in what? Okay, here's my thing with huts. In my genuine opinion, early game, sure, yeah, you could probably use the extra huts, but realistically, later on in the game, you only need, like, I would say, in my opinion, at most 5 huts. I don't think you really need more than that. Sure, I guess. I mean, in the spirit of building a big village, sure. I mean, we're only doing this for story progress, but like, gameplay-wise, you do not need that many huts. Thanks, game. Very cool. So, yeah, I mean, this is another island that's very interesting because this is another one that has a lot of memories to me, and I back in like around 2004 to 2010, and even now in some cases, there are games that have like 1-hour trials. Whenever I would make it past Seagull Island, this was the island I usually got stopped on, because this is about as far as I can make it in an hour. And you know, that's mostly not through my not through any fault of my own. That's just really what you could probably do with an hour's time. And so I would get to this point as a young kid, and I wouldn't be able to play anymore, because it would say, oh, if you want to play the full game, go and pay for it. Because game distributors like Big Fish Games, Game House, those sorts of companies wouldn't want you to play the full game. It would just give you a trial, so that way, like, you would be interested in playing the full game after you gave it a chance. 9 times out of 10, I never did that. Aha! Look at this. That's not just a statue. It's an idol that has no worshippers anymore. Under the decorated stone of its body, mighty powers are waiting to be unleashed, and they could serve us if we prove ourselves to be worthy. Sometimes you'll come across ancient idols, or the ancient idols, the source of powerful magic. Click on the idol to know exactly what it needs to activate. So we need 8 cactus flowers. Pretty simple, you know, and nothing crazy. Going back to my story real quick, I was never a kid that really, except for like maybe a couple cases, got or like asked to spend the, I think it's like $5, like $5 for the full game, because like my parents wouldn't do that, and realistically, why would they, you know? Then again, I don't know, some kids got like full ass consoles. I was a PC kid. So yeah, I would get to this point, and because I would never really be able to make it any further, I would just go ahead and just play the game again. And so I would do this really quite frequently, honestly. And God knows how many times I've played this game up until this point. So it was just I mean, like, I enjoyed it. I'll definitely say that. I enjoyed it, but it was definitely, like, for most people, that'd be monotonous and just fucking boring, and I don't know, I feel like they would probably, like, stop playing the game at that point, realistically. I don't know. It's definitely a vivid memory of mine, because, like, I definitely know this island off the top of my head, and because of that, I can tell you that this island also got redesigned. For what purpose? I don't fucking know. This island looks like it shrunk for some reason. But I bet you there's probably something a little more to it, I bet. Because, like, this puzzle is obviously new. Because, things were definitely moved around. I don't know. I don't know why this island was changed as well. This one also feels a little weird, because, like, in the original version, there was this, like, the center area was here. It was more mountainous up here, and then there was like a ring of land down here with water in the middle. I don't remember specifically what was between those land masses, aside from in the north where they kind of had like some stuff going on, but I don't remember what happened in the south, so I'm a little foggy on that, but I definitely recognize this island. One thing I haven't mentioned yet is this puzzle. It's a slider puzzle where you can only move one tile at a time, so if you've done these sorts of puzzles before, you know what you're getting yourself into. This one necessarily isn't too hard to solve, thankfully. Only issue is just getting the tiles over here, which can be annoying. Although I may have just like accidentally solved it. A little too fast. Shit, okay. Okay, I see. I see. Yeah. Give me a moment. I'm figuring this out. It's like I need that over there. No, I need this down in that corner. Wait, actually, what exactly do I need to do again? Yeah, no, okay, so I need that over there. That's not gonna work. Oh no, there we go. Sweet. Yeah, no, that wasn't too hard. But with that, we now get the red gem of power. Honestly, we getting these kind of like pretty easily, all things considered. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna move up into the north here. Here it says cold mounts. Just gonna continue progressing through. And there are enemies on this island. I should mention, you will be fighting some enemies, but for the most part, the island acts peaceful early on. So that's why I am building military buildings right now. I think we might get pressed into our next story beat after we build 10 huts. So definitely take a moment to just explore the island and build everything you need. So what I'm going to do here is actually build some towers, because they actually are very helpful this time around. Definitely built. Oh my god, really? I got the 7% chance twice in a row? No fucking way. That's actually insane. That's normally like super rare to get. Yeah, but yeah, don't be afraid to like build a lot of towers, because they're gonna be super useful. And that's really kind of how this island wants you to play. But I'm gonna let that build for now. In the meantime, we're gonna focus on this wooden layer. Also, this is the first time we've come across wood spirits. They're stronger than fungi, believe it or not, and I mean, yeah, they're just there. Honestly, I don't know. I think I don't know if I have my scouts scouting yet, so I'm gonna send scouts up there because I still need one flower. Excuse me, one more flower for this idol. Because what we can do after we get that, we'll see here in a moment. Or maybe I can not find the flower, and I'll be crazy. This beetle figurine is a scarab. It comes from a distant eastern land. Maybe you shall visit it one day. That is going to be important later on. I think we get access to it technically right after this level, but we're not going to worry about it for now. So now that we've gotten this idle flowers, we've gotten access to a meteor shower. Idols are pretty cool in this game. Personally, I really love the sound design for them, because they sound so good. I mean, you already heard that, like, electric synthesizer sort of sound, and it just sounds so awesome. There's some more awesome sound effects with it here soon, once this idol is done charging, which we're going to focus on. Idols are also kind of a thing that plays into the economy too, because like you can only charge an idol, or you can build a building. You can only do one at a time. So prioritize exactly what you want to get done, but now that the idol is done, I mean, you heard him, he went Uma, no, sorry, he went Baum, which is really cool. I kind of accidentally spoiled it, but once you use a spell, they go Uma. And I don't know, I just really like the vocal sounds they make. It's just really cool. May I take a look? Pretty colorful stone. Hey, wait, it's magical. Ooh. Yes, now I surely sense it. It's the Hunter's Lucky Stone. And it makes hunters not only lucky, but also stronger and more swift. To be honest with you, don't know its stats right off the top of my head, so we can check the treasury afterwards. I would recommend building at least a few military buildings, honestly. Towers are wonderful and all, but getting a few military buildings would be nice. And honestly, you know what? We'll play a little bit risky, because like I don't want to spend more time cutting and editing as much as I need to. So we're gonna build the Hunter's Camp, build the tower, and then I'll cut back to when it's all built. I almost forgot to mention, just like idols, research also consumes a building slot effectively. So again, either choose your things wisely. Either choose research or choose to build stuff. It's your economy matters in this regard. You know, your choices matter, I should say. Excellent. This is what I call a village. And now we can surely spend some time looking around. Except I already did. Sorry about that, Aruku. Ambush! I've seen a huge crowd of hostile spirits coming our way. We have to prepare defenses promptly. The island has deceived us. It is not nearly as safe as we thought. I would suggest you build some barracks and as many towers as you can to secure the perimeter. So now we're getting a land attack. I've kind of already built, like, a little bit poorly. So, hunters are, again, as I've said, very serviceable early on, so we're just going to build some more hunter buildings. And, we're just going to wait for this ambush to happen. Quote-unquote ambush. It's, you know, we unfortunately, I already knew ahead of time that there was going to be an ambush, so, you know what, spoilers on me. One thing I do want to mention too is I completely forgot about to mention this in the past couple episodes, but whenever you're building a building, you can see that there's this sun ray like radiating onto the buildings as it's being constructed. Believe it or not, that actually does, like, the sun indicating that something is being built does naturally help build progress over time. So, for example, I'm gonna just, like, build this tower, like, right there. Just as an easy demonstration. You can see here, yeah, it ticks up. There are no workers right here. So the sun is a natural building thing, or buildings build naturally over time because of the sun. I assume it has to do with, like, the spirits or the tier of heaven. I really don't know. There's no real good lore explanation for this other than it's just a nice assist. And that's another way that this game is, like, really friendly to players, because, like, you don't have to have your workers right away. And I think also part of the reason why that's done is because workers in particular tend to be pretty fucking stupid with their pathfinding, and I'll get to it like another time, but the AI really has a goofy time with trying to pathfind. And I'm pretty sure that's part of the reason why they let you grab and move units around is because of that reason. So yeah, I mean, honestly, pretty basic attack, nothing crazy. Nothing we won't be able to handle. Got archers, got hunters, warriors are fighters, just kind of goofing around and stuff. Got some attacks from the south. I should probably have realized that. But that's the whole reason why I put the towers here, you know? More often than not, at least early on, your repair speed will be greater than that of enemies trying to attack the buildings, so don't be afraid to just like use the building as fodder to just like hold an enemy off, because they will not be able to like really beat your repair speed. Oh yeah, I forgot to build the tower over there. Great, you've beaten them off, but that's not all. Do you hear the sounds? The dragons are coming! 3 exclamation marks. Better train enough archers to withstand this fire-breathing flock. Another thing we can do is improve our towers so they can shoot with arrows instead of the now useless stones. Once you have an archery range, you'll get the tower upgrade option. Archer towers are our first tower upgrade. And oh my god, archery towers are so fucking good. They're, in my opinion, the strongest tower in the game. They can shoot in the air, they can shoot enemies on the ground. They're one of the few towers that actually can shoot in the air. And they have good DPS and they're really strong. Archery towers are incredibly good. Most of the time, if you need towers for defense but also need to deal damage, these are the towers to go. I would say like this is a out of all your towers, this is a solid A tier. And for early game, this is just straight up the best tower. No reason not to upgrade your towers into the archery towers. They have less projectiles than the normal tower, but again, they do more damage. They're accurate, and they hit land and sky. There's no reason not to have them. Shitty thing is that they kind of lose their iconic like beach style or tropic style look a little bit, even with the weird red metal discs in the middle. But they're just so good. They're just way too good. They kind of take on a weird like medieval fantasy sort of look with the arched roof and the, well, whatever the hell this like wooden beam is or whatever. I don't know. Kind of take on the look of like the shingled roofs here and here, but I don't know. It's more. It feels more distinctly archery or like wizardy. I don't know, medieval look sort of thing. Towers kind of have like the coolest designs in the game out of all the buildings. Early game, I would say, has the best like theme and vibe, honestly. But we get some pretty cool looking buildings later on. But that's for now, or that's the second time I've said that's for now. That's for later. For now, we gotta prepare for air defenses, which I'm sure works on a timer rather than actually having to upgrade your buildings. 3 times? Okay. Look, I swear to God, it's 7%. It's not supposed to happen this often. I wish it happened this often, but it doesn't. But yeah, I'll just cut to the ambush whenever it comes. So, never mind. Never fucking mind. Okay, sure. So over here we have the dragons. As you can see here, this tower is going to be able to solo all those dragons just fine. Now, something particularly strange with red dragons in particular is that their sprite just kind of hangs below them like that. I don't know if it's like that in the original, but I don't know. It just is like that. Oh, they're down here. You know what? Screw it. Oh shit. Oh, double shit. Oh shit. Oh shiza. Oh. Oh, and I guess yeah, Archer Towers also have really good range. But yeah. I mean, like, you know, dragons really don't pose much of a threat. Like, dragons kind of look cute, all things considered. Like, I know sprites in this game are pretty simplistic, given that, like, this is from a small game company, and this was like 2006 to 2009 whenever this game was developed, so simple sprites and graphics are going to kind of be the thing, and I think it works to its favor. This game is a really, really good art style. It's very... It fits the vibe so well, you know? The music, the aesthetics, the vibe, it all just coalesces really well together. And while we wait, now that I think about it, I've been talking so much about this game that I haven't talked about anything like about me recently at all. So, as of last year, I've had to, ever since I got my new computer, I've had to start replacing almost everything when it comes to my gaming setup. You know, I've gotten a new computer, gotten a new mouse, I've gotten technically a new keyboard, I've gotten a new chair. Just very recently, I've gotten a new Ethernet cable and network switch because that was kind of hindering my ability to download stuff and do internet things. And just as of this week, as of recording this week, I'm recording on June 19th at 12:49 a.m. I've already got a desk coming in. So, at this point, I've replaced just almost everything about my setup. I mean, like, the only two things I haven't replaced yet, only because they really don't need to be replaced, is my monitor and my mic. I don't necessarily know what my monitor is. That was just kind of a hand-me-down for my dad, but my mic is a Blue Snowball, and I've had this thing for... Oh jeez, I think I got it like 2017, 2018. So I've had this thing for almost a decade now, and this thing still sounds incredible. I mean, it's a mic, so I don't really expect it to degrade over time, much like other hardware. But this thing is held up incredibly well. I mean, I've dropped it honestly a number of times, as embarrassing as that is to say. And I do kind of wish there was like some way to like fix some audio stuff on it, but for the most part, you know, it gets the job done. It serviced me well, and I don't plan on replacing it anytime soon. But yeah, my entire setup has been like wholly reworked, effectively. But going back to the game real quick, Aruku's getting attacked. That's what's up. Should have built some more towers over in this area, and that's kind of like the slight issue with the reworked design, is that you lose a lot of land over here to build stuff, or build towers. So it kind of makes defending this area a little bit harder unless you already know what you're looking for. But yeah, no, like, as you can see here, archery towers are just really getting the job done, especially over here where they had no help from units, and over here, like, this archery tower kind of almost single-handedly took everything on his own. Are we out of archers? Are all the archers dead? No, they're just slow. Okay. But yeah, with that, this island is done. Well, that was a battle. Maybe we didn't have much time to relax, but we gained some valuable experience. And now, when all is silent, my people can finally have their deserved rest. We've secured our rights to tender ocean waves and clear and sunny skies. Kind of like an interlude, but it teaches you the importance of defending your base properly. It's kind of a tutorial stage, but at this point, I think we're past the tutorial levels. But with that, that's it for today's episode of Totem Tribe Gold. In the next episode, we're actually going to ignore the Great Desert. We're going to move on with the story and continue to Witch Island. But with that, I'd like to bid you guys farewell. Bye-bye.